Let's move on to the Ryanair Chase, the 240 at Cheltenham. Another very, very competitive race. Where do you want to start on this one, Sandy?
We should talk about Beneficent, really. He was obviously the Jewson winner last year. He was in a first-time hood. I think the horses, I know he won the Jewson last year and it was officially good to soft, but I think the horse is better on softer ground. And I think his chance is...
But beat Dynast fair and square last year.
He did beat him fair and square.
And all the hype was Dynast last year. I think it was 6-4, 7-4. This is, you know, and come through and beat it. What are you shaking your head for?
I was a big Dynast fan then, I still am, and I watched that race again. And yeah, Beneficent won fair and square, but I don't feel that Beneficent has the potential class of Dynast.
If Dynast can recapture that form from Haydock this year behind Q Card, and where Silvio Conti was in third, he wins this race. That's a big if, because he just never travelled in the King George.
No, I think Dynast is a similar tip to Bobby Beavers' Rock on Ruby. I really don't think it's got a chance to win.
Well, Dynast can jump, Rock on Ruby can't.
Yeah, OK, that's proven, but I mean, I think it was disappointing at Kempton.
No, it was hugely, but the fact that he was that disappointing, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but he wasn't like he ran his heart out and finished third. He clearly wasn't right. So if the horse is back to his best, sorry, Sandy, I mean, I'm presuming David Pipe wouldn't run him here if he wasn't sure. You know, he must be back to his best, I think, to be taking part in this.
Yeah. OK, I'm against it, but doesn't necessarily mean I'm right. Any other comments about any others? I like Manora, but does anyone want to mention about Manora?
We'll talk about Alpha Off, obviously Paul Nichols again. Yeah. He clearly didn't stay at Newbury, so he has to go for this race. I think he obviously...
the better going will also help
that
as well.
That is what I was just about to say. I think that you have to respect him on this better going. He's a classy horse, you know, he won a Supreme, so... If he can bounce... It's a lot about bouncing back to form in this race, isn't it? You've got a few that have got the question marks over, and... If they can, but that's why I think Beneficent is favourite, because the fact that he's got the form there at the moment and the others have got question marks about him. But saying that, I do think Dynast can win this race.
Billy?
I
do think Michelle mentioned Hidden Cyclone, or had a little tickle on at 16-1. He's
a little tickle.
Well, a little tickle, but he's not a 2 miler, he's not a 3 miler. This is his distance. He's a 2.5 miler. The good ground will suit him. He's got a lot to find, to give you that. He has got... about a stone to find to win this, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ran well. We must also mention Hunt Ball, who Nicky Henson did say, you know, might sneak into one of the handicaps off top weight, and that might be the preferred option. He's winning them here. Again, he's got something to find, but if he was back to his best, he could play a part at a price.
What do you think about, I mean, obviously Willie Mullins had a terrific Cheltenham, but the Boston Bob, who fell last year, I think the plan was to go hurdles. It won over in Ireland and then was well behind in the Cleve. Is this an afterthought to go in the Ryanair?
It could well be. It could definitely be that way. Would he have won? The question
last year,
everyone always debates it.
I don't think he would have done. You think he would?
I think he probably would have won.
I think he probably would have won.
Yeah, I think he would have. So. I'd like to touch on. I know this is a bit of an outside.
Please say the outsider one that I like.
Oh, I don't know.
Go on.
No, you're going to laugh because I know you've dismissed this horse before. But Ranjani Express.
Right.
He's a previous festival winner. Trip, ground, and course all suit. A lot of people don't like Samuel Cohen. I think he's done absolutely fantastic with his, obviously with long run. I think he's about 33-1. If I don't know if Sam can tell us, 25-33-1.
25,
yeah, he's, you know, each way he's not a bad shout. You know, he's got that course, and if you want more of a solid horse, sometimes he's jumping, he can get a bit low. But a few of these, if they do throw in bad races, then he could be one that could be there.
I'll throw one at you. And I know it hasn't won in 8 or 9 or 10. I think it's 8 attempts at Cheltenham. Never won. Medamint. Alan King.
Alan King, I mean, the form of Alan King's
I think he won the place. I mean, 33-1 is not a bad, and I like Manora for Hobbs as well. So I'm not even looking at the front lot in the market.
I think we can agree that something at a price is going to sneak into fame in this. You know, Dynasty's risky, Beneficent. You know, something at a price could sneak in. Admit, it wouldn't surprise me. You might have wanted to see him maybe another couple of weeks since his last run.
My doubt with Medamit is be the track. I don't think he's a Cheltenham horse. I think
we
he's
didn't say
better
about Saeed Guruji either, did we? I know there's plenty of attempts. Don't get me wrong, but he had a break. Obviously had problems, but he's run some good races. Third in the Ryanair 2012. He's run behind Riverside Theatre a couple of times here at Cheltenham. That is good form. And also, if you go back far enough, fourth to Hurricane Fly in 2010. I'm not talking about a win market here. I'm talking about a place market.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to get. He's the oldest horse in the race as a 10-year-old. I can't personally see it.
Right, OK. We'll come to the selections a bit later on. We're going to go over to Sam in Twitter Corner, see if there's any thoughts on the jumper doubles or any other things that are taking your interest.
Well, we'll just have a quick look at the market for the Ryanair, and I've got to say the bookmakers at the moment are divided in opinion who's going to go off favourite between Beneficent and Danas. Danas been the long-standing favourite for this one. A few bookmakers have got him as short as, looking at down there, 7-2, 3-1, same sort of price as Beneficent, but shop around, have a look, and you'll be able to get some good offers as you go. Going further down the list, I'm going to confess here, one of my possible picks was, it won't come up on the screen because I've actually gone for Hunt Ball each way at a bit of a price, but I did have a nibble at Boston Bob at 70s on a certain betting exchange, so I'm going to be hopeful of a huge run from him, maybe look to try and get out in running possibly. Ranjani Express, who Sandy mentioned there, best price around 25-1, but there looks to have been a little bit of money for it this evening. A few firms have cut it, so I think you each way thieves out there are trying to have the best of all worlds and get that value. Let us know what you think's value. Is it a race you're going to be betting in? A lot of people criticise it, saying it's not the strongest renewal. If Danas is ever going to win a festival race, this is probably going to be his best chance, I imagine. I'll pass you back over to Peter, ready for the next race to cover.
Yes, I also, as I said, I do like Medimit at a price, and for me, and obviously these guys have said, I like Menorah as well. I think when it beat, or just may have been beat by champion Court at Cheltenham last year and was carrying 11.10, that horse was carrying 10.7, so over stone and a half tried to give that horse, and champion Court was no mug either. So I think Menorah, trained by Hobbs, who I think might have a good day tomorrow.
If he's on form, you'd have a huge chance of being in the money, but it's a bit of an if.
Okay.